Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's DJ for those of you that don't know me. I do movie reviews on this channel. I haven't got to do a lot in the last couple of years just because of life stuff, family stuff that's been going on here. But I'm happy to be here today to talk to you about a little movie I got to see last week called Jurassic World Rebirth. I got the opportunity to see this one a little bit early. It comes out this coming weekend at the time of recording this video. So I don't know if you're excited for this one or not, but I'm going to go ahead and give you my thoughts, just give you a basic overhaul after sitting on this a few days and thinking about what it is I wanted to say today. No script. I'm just telling you straight from the heart what I'm thinking today. So here we go. The marketing for this movie had me fairly excited. I wasn't just over the moon. I got to go see this. I mean, we've got Superman and Fantastic Four both coming out in the same month of this movie. So this is probably the least of the three I was excited for. However, I did hear it was going to be playing, and so I took the opportunity to go and see it with my wife and some of her family, and I gotta say, I'm not disappointed that I made that choice, because was this movie perfect? No, it wasn't perfect, but I feel safe in saying that this is my favorite Jurassic movie with the word world in the title. I love the first two original Jurassic Park movies. Everything after that, I like, but I don't love. The original Jurassic World, wasn't bad. I enjoyed that one too, but yeah, this one to me, it took the spot of favorite since the first two Jurassic Park movies. So that's a praise in itself right there. The characters were fantastic. I loved Scarlett Johansson's character, Mahershala Ali's character, Jonathan Bailey's character. All three of those did great. And that's where the marketing was for those characters. What I was worried about going into this was the characters of the family that was involved in this. The stray family, you see a little bit in trailers. They really didn't market them much. But coming out of the movie, that might have been my favorite part, was the family dynamic with that family. There was some real character growth with those characters, and I thought they did a really good job establishing them, making them important in the movie, even though they weren't the main focus of the advertising. So really enjoyed all those aspects of it. The dinosaurs themselves, it was cool to see some of our classic dinos come back. Of course, I won't get into all those specifically because this should be a non-spoiler review, but you know there's going to be a T-Rex, and the T-Rex scene was really good. I enjoyed the horror elements they brought back to this that you really haven't seen since the original movies. I never felt scared of the dinosaurs in the last few Jurassic World movies. They definitely brought that back this time, made you feel it, made you tense, and I really like that part of it. Some of the hybrid dinos looked a little goofy, but it was still cool to see. They had some interesting ideas. When you see the final dino, you're going to get some Star Wars vibes, but I ain't going to, for a certain Jabba monster. I won't get into that too much, but when you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about if you're someone who's watched those movies. But overall, the story, they did a really good job with rebooting this franchise and also keeping it to where it worked for the old movies, where you can see the influence that the old movies had on this one. I thought they did a good job with that, explaining where we are in the world right now, how the dinosaurs are, where they're at, where we've been after they've been integrated into the world that we know. They did a good job explaining why this movie needed to happen, what the motive was for it. There's a MacGuffin in here that it makes sense for why they would visit this island that they're going to, and the idea of just like this is an island that nobody goes to. It's where all the scariest dinosaurs have just been dropped at. It's kind of a cool concept. So overall, they did a good job with the backstory for this, setting it up. And I will say the first half hour to 45 minutes, there's a lot of character development scenes that don't include a lot of dinosaurs, and that might deter some people from watching this. I understand. I get it. But overall, I think it really helped to have a heart for some of these characters as they came. So, in other words, when something happens to a character, or if you think something's about to happen to a character, you actually feel for that. And I think that's something we don't get in a lot of these movies like this, because usually we get a couple minutes with a character, it's all action, we get the dinosaurs, somebody dies, and we're like, okay, that's fine. But here, I think we actually care enough about the characters by the time that we start losing some people that there's some emotion to it. So I really like that aspect of this movie as well. Negatives, there were a couple CG shots that I thought were a little spotty, but nothing that really bothered me that much. Really, it was my biggest problem with the CG, I think, was that final dinosaur, but at the same time, it was still cool to see the way they did that too. So interesting. And I don't know, there were a couple places that seems like it slowed down a little too much. They could have sped up a little, maybe cut out a few minutes here and there. Nothing that I should really be complaining about. Overall, I just think that this movie doesn't have enough negatives to warrant down talking it too much. So that's a positive. From there, I just think on a scale of, let's say if I was going to put it on a star, 0 to 5 star ranking, I would put this at a 4. Maybe 3.5, but I'm going to say 4 just because of the fun that I had in the theater. People I was watching it with had a great time. If you don't know, I saw it in the Unseen movie from AMC, and that was a great experience. So, first Unseen movie I've gone to see, and I'm glad I did. I know they usually don't do a lot of these big blockbusters like this in those, but this time they did. I saw it, and there was a bit of a worry before the movie started. Of course, I hadn't seen all the advertisements for Megan and stuff, but Megan pops up on the screen and from the Megan 2.0 movie that just came out, and she says, "All right, everybody, silence your phones and stuff." And there was like a couple of like ohs in the crowd, thinking that was what the movie was going to be, but it turned out. A little bit later, Scarlett Jo and Jonathan Bailey come up on the screen, told us it was going to be this, and it was still kind of funny just to hear the reaction from the crowd thinking it might be Megan instead. So anyway, turned out to be Jurassic. Everyone in that theater that I was in enjoyed it. Seemed like they enjoyed it. Heard some laughter in certain scenes. They had some good comedic timing in a couple moments. And the jump scares. I saw several people jump in their seats, so that was kind of cool too. We don't see the jump scares in Jurassic movies anymore, so it's cool that they brought some of that back in this one. So, all right. I think that's everything I've got to talk about this movie. Thank you for joining this channel today, talking about this. Let me kind of review this a little bit for you. Overall, star ranking, like I said, 3.5, probably 4 stars is what I'm going to give it just because of the overall experience. If you get to watch the movie this weekend, let me know your thoughts, and I will see you guys next time.